Hello, welcome to Crafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and today is Sunday, May 1st, and we are here for my weekly roundup, which is, we're just going to go through my finished objects for the week and any works in progress I have to show. It should be pretty quick today. I don't have that many finished, because I really tried to do a push, and I'm pretty proud that I did finish one, but that's okay. First, I have this. So last week, this was a work in progress. I had just started it. This was the end of a willow wheel that I used to do my festive dragon chevron scarf from Gary at Urban Yarns. And then I had the end of that never-ending lilac Bernat baby yarn, and I thought I could finish the dress, but I didn't get it. I ran out. So we have a little swing top. It's adorable. My daughter tried it on. She looks cute in it, but this is basically, I'll say, inspired by a BagODay dress pattern, and I'm gonna go ahead and remake the full dress for her in some other yarn. But I thought this ended up super cute. It's got some post stitches around the kind of bodice, and then some shells and chains and whatnot down there. So this was fun. She loves it, and I laughed so hard when I ran out of the yarn. I was like, what? Oh goodness, it was bound to happen, and I'm glad it finally did. Okay, so my other finished object is dun, 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 the Geometry Lessons Crochet Along from Crochet Crowd. Okay, this is a free pattern. I don't know if you can download it from Mikey at Crochet Crowd. You can definitely get it from Joann's, which is where I got it. And frankly, you probably get it from your Inspirations right across the top there. This was really fun. I learned so much. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna stick this over here. Dear Lord. Okay, there we go. I learned a lot. I had not even heard of the waterfall stitch prior to starting this blanket, and by the end I was whipping it out. I did make one change. I did the row of single crochets around the border, and then I tried to do the twisty edge. And I was working on the top edge. I did about half of the top edge, and it just looked tortured. It looked so bad. I ripped it out. I just did a second row of single crochets around it and said, we're good. So let me show you the finished product, whatever. It's a project. I finished it. It's done. It's mine. I love it. Okay, so we've got the checkers, the arrows, the diamonds. I think the diamonds are my favorite section of the blanket. Then we go back through the arrows to the checkers again. And it's a good size for a throw. I'm super excited about it. About the only thing I would say, and maybe it's my gauge, the pattern says to buy 2 color A in Caron Jumbo. I barely dipped in to my second skein. So just be aware that you're going to have a huge amount of that left. And I went through about 1.5 Caron 1-pounders for the main background color. So the background color here is Dove in a Caron 1-pounder. This is Caron Jumbo Ombre in White Water. And this one is, so the checks, the diamonds, and the other checks are all the white water, and all the arrows are Caron Jumbo Ombre in the color Lake Mist. For this one, I used less than half of the jumbo skein. So just if you're picking it up, be aware that maybe you can make some different yarn choices and have some, use more or get it all done, or just be prepared to have a backup project, which I think I'm going to use my backups. And I don't know, maybe it'll be a baby blanket. I think that might be pretty. Maybe I probably have enough of the white water to do a baby blanket in its own. And if I combine the lake mist and the background, I can probably make a second one. So that's what I'll try to do. So there you go. That, I thought there was no hope of me finishing that. And I finished it last night right before I went to bed. And I didn't stay up super late. I finished it by, I think it was around 9:30 last night. I finished it, and it gave me enough time to start what will be my first whip I'm showing today. Not having enough crochet alongs in my life, I've decided to do the Cottage Core Mosaic crochet blanket, and this is by little green feather, and this is a purchase pattern. I got it from Etsy. I believe she also sells it through Ravelry. But yeah, so this is a crochet along that Melissa Crochets with Love, Pawply Yarns, My Precious Yarnery. I'm sorry, I believe their channel is Pawply Guys, but it's the Pawply Yarn Guys, Danielle Nash, Angela at My Precious Yarnery, and it's either Kim from Kim's Crochet and Knits or Kim's Knit and Crochet. I think it's Crochet and Knits. Anyway, they organized it, and I've never done mosaic crochet, so this is again a first for me. Where is my, oh no, did I lose my hook? Okay, well the hook's got to be in there somewhere. I should get a progress keeper. Oh, there's my hook. How did it get over there? My hook. So I am doing, they don't give you any like weight or hook suggestions in the pattern because it's completely open up to you what you want to use. So I am using all Red Heart yarn. I've got Red Heart jumbo stripes, and the rest are going to be a Red Heart ombre. And I'm going to use an I9 5.5mm crochet hook because that's what the yarn suggests. And this is how far I am. I'm on the 3rd row. I'm showing you the backside. So here we go. I've actually got my first kind of mosaic going rather than just the row single crochets. But I am excited for this. My color palette is going to be a little wacky, and we're going to wing it and hope it turns out. It's 13 different sections. So for the main panels, I'm going to do a rainbow. So from the top down, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And then the middle, I got a rainbow Red Heart stripes jumbo, and it's going to be rainbow with the you saw it was the dark gray, it's the anthracite ombre. And then between the main panels, the rainbow color, I'm going to keep it constant, and this is where I'm questioning my decisions, but I'm going to use the Red Heart ombre cocoa to have like a brown consistent through those. We'll see. I don't know, it's a mystery, it's a experiment. And it'll be fun and a learning experience either way. So I'm down for it. Okay, so next I have completed my final square for the BagODay crochet along. We have Bert. This one was fun. Again, a new to me stitch was the cobblestones in the rows. And that was a fun one to do. When she was first like, do a single, then a triple, then a single. I was like, woman, what are you talking about there? But yeah, it's super cute, and it's, you know, something to keep in your back pocket. I think maybe more is like more towards maybe a border of a blanket or a shawl or something, maybe a scarf at the little ends. Like, there's options for all stitches. But anyway, here we go. So this week we'll be kind of shoring up a couple of the squares. I think, I'm sorry, we had McDonald's for breakfast and I keep burping it up. We have to shore up a couple of squares from the beginning, and then we will join them together and do the border, and we'll be done. So hopefully next week I'll have that completed blanket to show you. My third and final work in progress I have to show you is I'm making a shirt for myself. This is another BagODay pattern. And oh, what is going on here? Okay, I asked my son to get my crochet bag, and he kind of launched it at me. Okay, we only lost a stitch or two. Okay, this is why you should use your progress keepers, Erin. Progress keepers. Okay, so this shirt is basically a, you make the 2 panels. It's basically like 2 big scarves, and then we're going to sew them together. I do not recall the name of it, but so I am nearly done with the first panel. I am much taller than Crystal, so I am, okay, I should be 5'8". The doctor at my last checkup stole an inch from me and claims I'm 5'7". I'm not having that. So I'm holding at 5'8", and so so much of it is guesstimation when you haven't made something before. So I added an extra 30 chains to my base. So she chained 180, I did 210, and to make it longer. And plus, I don't like shirts that like cut at the hips. I know it's supposed to be like pleasing to the eye or something. It's got to be a little longer. I have PCOS. I've got the belly. I got to keep things covered up there. And anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I made it a little longer, and I'm going to be, I'm generally a 1X, 2X, you know, 1X leaning more towards the 2X range. And so I'm going to add the extra panel as well. So she says to do 4 strips. I'm going to do the 5th strip, and I'm excited to try it. It's one of the first times I've actually crocheted a shirt for myself. I've done dresses and shirts and sweaters for my kids. I have to bring this on. I made a sweater for my husband, and it was, so when I first learned to crochet, I of course went crazy with washcloths, because when I learned to knit, that's what we did. We did washcloths. So after the washcloths, I was watching the BagODay tutorials, and I was like, I can do this sweater. And so my husband picked out the burnt umber? Something umber, scarfy yarn. So I got a great deal on it at the time, and said he wanted a sweater out of it. I said, I can make it. I can do it. It is ridiculously oversized, and I don't know what I did, but it is far too big for him. It is far too big to me. It must be in the 5, 6X range. So we kept it as like a memento of something I have done. I decided last week that that's a waste of yarn. So at some point here, I'm going to reclaim that yarn, remake the sweater, and make it with what I've learned. Because I mean, that was probably 8 months ago that I tried to do that. So I've learned a lot since then. Tried to remake it and try to make an actual wearable piece out of it. Because when I first made it, I was like, oh, this will be fine. It's going to be too big for him, but maybe it'd be kind of cute. I could do it a little off-shouldered with some leggings. It'll be awesome. Kind of that 90s vibe that's coming back. It does not work in any way, shape, or form. Okay, which I'm laughing to because I can see it in my head. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Next week I will try to show you what I am talking about. Okay, what's coming up? I have more of my Hirschner's Easter order. We're going to come back midweek, probably Wednesday, to talk about that. And I had to go pick up the yarn for my Cottage Core Mosaic from Joann's, and it was a traumatic experience. So in order to get over it, like 4 doors down is a Michael's, and I had seen so many videos about the Michael's clearance sales that I went in. None of it was marked, so they had tons of stock, and I went on a little spree, and I did it. That's okay. But I am putting myself on a yarn, we'll call it a sabbatical. No yarn purchases other than what I need to do the crochet, the Cottage Core Mosaic crochet blankie, because that I'm just buying by section. Dangerous. I'd like to buy everything for a project at once, but we're gonna do it in piecemeal. just because there's no estimations of amount, I don't know how much to buy. So we're gonna just buy as we go. I have lost my train of thought. So anyway, I had to go buy that. So I went to Michael's, went a little crazy, but got some great deals, and I will show that in a bit. I'm not quite sure when we're gonna get to that, but that's in the hopper. And I also, when I finished my last 10, I went ahead and rewarded myself by ordering from the Paw Ply Yarn Company, and that I got the shipping notice on. So that should be coming, so I will show that. That's probably going to be a breakthrough. I might not, if that comes before Wednesday, I will do that instead of the rest of my Hirschner's order. But anyway, I am blabbering on. Have a great week. I hope you had a great weekend. I will see you Wednesday-ish. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Stay safe.